Hello everybody, welcome back to Cozumel, Chihuahua. My name is Jenna and I am the proud owner of Cozumel. He is a little blue Chihuahua. Watch the other videos so you can see him and how cute he is. This video I wanted to talk about, I just did a previous review of the farmer's dog, of my honest review of the past year and everything, all about my experience. So I want to talk to you guys about my experience with dry kibble, the farmer's dog, and fresh food that I'm doing now. I just want to talk to you guys about the cost of everything and my experience with the specific cost of the difference between the farmer's dog, Orijen, dry kibble, and then fresh food. Let's get into the cost difference of these three wide range of different things. So the Farmer's Dog is a company that delivers the food right to your door. It has different types that you can pick from, and it comes like where they keep the food pretty frozen. I've had experience where it wasn't completely frozen, but otherwise it does a pretty good job, and that's on the more expensive side. And then I'm going to talk to you about the Tundra Orijen dry kibble dog food. It's one of the high-end dog foods that you can get for dry kibble, and I used that for 4 years of Cozumel's life. So I'll talk to you about the cost of that. And then I am trying something new. I am making my own fresh food. So I've only been doing it since January. So I'll kind of talk to you about the cost of that. And I'm going to talk to you about the general idea of what it costs per year to feed your dog, depending on what type of food that you guys choose. So let's talk about dry kibble. Most people, I believe, feed their dog dry kibble. I didn't know about all the nutrition and everything going in when I first got my dog. I just used whatever the person before me got. I rescued my dog from an owner who they only had him maybe a week or two, and they just didn't have time for him anymore. So they were feeding him some type of dog food from Dollar General. It was like the worst dog food ever, and I didn't think anything of it. I never owned a dog before myself. My parents did, and we always bought from, I think they bought like Purina, I believe, and my dogs lived to 16 years old and 12 years old, and they were amazing. So I never thought anything besides dry kibble. Okay. So that's kind of my background of it. I used to work with children with autism, and I go into their homes, and there was a mom who said, you need to get a lot better dog food. Do some research and figure out what's going to work best for your dog. So I looked at every single type of dog food, dry kibble out there. I ended up with like high-end Orijen, one of the best that you can buy for dry kibble. And I started with the puppy, and he did so good on the puppy dog food, and then we transitioned into adulthood. We did adulthood. It was just the regular original one, and then I started noticing some weird things, and there was a difference between, they started making stuff in Kentucky and Canada. He did really good with the Canada formula and not the Kentucky formula. So the only one still, hi Kaz, he's right here. But the only one that was still selling that I could get from the Canada factory was Tundra. So probably for the past like 2 years of his 5-year-hood, of the 4 years he was with Orijen, he used Tundra, and he loved it, and it was so good. His coat was shiny, everything was good until they changed the formula, and I could not get the Canada formula in the US anymore. But that's a whole different thing, but let me just go over the cost of it. If you watch my farmer's dog review, I talk more about my experience with the Orijen and all the factory and all that, so check that video out here. Post it somewhere here. But Orijen, okay, so I either did the 4-pound bag or the 12-pound bag. It was like 4.5 pounds or 12 pounds. And the 4.5 pounds would last him a month. And then the 12 pounds would last 3 months. So ranging from either $312 to $384 a year, average it out about 350 years, or 350 years, $350 I was spending on dog food. For 4 years, $350 was the max until everything happened and I wanted to try him out on the farmer's dog. So let's get into the cost of farmer's dog. So the farmer's dog, I chose to do the 28 days. So you do the 28 days, divide by 365 was about 13 times I would be getting and buying the farmer's dog. So it was around $1,300 for the entire year for dog food, which to me was way too expensive, but it was worth it if he was gonna like it. I liked it getting delivered to my house. It was good for the most part, but watch my review. You can hear Cosmel barking right now. So the farmer's dog costed, for the year I did it, was $1,300 that I spent on it. So to each their own, however you want to spend. But my dog is only like 6.5 pounds or 7 dogs. So if you have a big dog, it's going to be a lot more expensive than that. So that's the low end of a small dog. So if you have a big dog, comment below if you have a big dog and you're doing farmer's dog and how much it costs you per year, because I can't imagine. My dog was still hungry. Right, you were still hungry, Cosmel? And it was just too expensive. But anyways, we're not going into all that detail. Watch my review. So the new thing I'm doing is making his food fresh, right? You like it, don't you? So I kind of did a breakdown. I've only been doing it since January, so things may change. So I do ground chicken, spinach, sweet potatoes, carrots, peas, pumpkin puree, rice, and then some coconut oil, and then vitamins. So the vitamins I'm going to kind of put separate because it's up to you and what you and your vet choose for your dog. So basically for his fresh food, I make it in an instant crock pot. I'll make a whole different video of how I make it. But I put everything in there, and once I make it, then I freeze it. So I can probably, I'm going to say it's good for the batch that I make. It's good for like 7 to 10 days. I put in little Purex bowls that are like 2 cups, and usually he does a cup a day or a little bit more, kind of depending. But usually the one batch I make is 7 to 10 days. So basically I'm gonna round up. I'm just going to say I do it 4 times a month, we'll say. So I averaged everything out of what it cost. I go to Pick and Save. I buy the ingredients from there. The items that I get are super cheap, so it's really exciting. So basically, from what I figured out, I'm just looking at my cheat sheet here. So from what I figured out, for just the ingredients, 4 times that I make it in a month, it's around like $30. So yeah, so it's around $30. So I kind of did, depending on how many sweet potatoes I put in, just 1 or 2. The average per year would be the low end would be 331, high end 384. Kind of averaging everything out. I can do a whole separate video of just everything that goes into making the fresh food, everything. I'm trying out this certain recipe right now. I may change it up. I'm just kind of figuring out as it goes, as time goes on. So let's average everything out. So we have $1,300 for the farmer's dog per year. We have, let's see, average of $350 for really good dry kibble. And then around $350, I'm going to say $384 high end for fresh food. But the catch with that is my vitamins. The vitamins that I get, I believe they're called Syncor, digestive for your dog. It was recommended to me by the vet when he had diarrhea, but they said you use it every day. It's a good probiotic, has good vitamins. So I've been doing that. He's going crazy on my hand right now. What are you doing? So I've been using that, but I'm looking into other things. That's just what's working right now, and I need to do more research more and talk with my vet more. Of course, if you're making your own food for your dog, you need to talk to your vet and do lots of research so they get everything they need. But basically, with the vitamins, it would be, let me see, $820. So we have $1,300, $820, and then $350. So obviously the dry kibble is way less. And for a bigger dog, that's gonna be a good route for you if you're doing that. But if you're not doing my specific vitamins, same with making your own fresh food for your dog, it's $350 or $384. But the cost difference, so I was spending $1,300 this past year on food, which is ridiculous to me. It's too much money, too expensive. I don't make a lot. I don't make over $40,000, so that's a lot of money for me. But anyways, so if you have a lot of money, the farmer's dog may be great for you, but I have a normal paying job. I don't make over $40,000, so to me, it's very expensive when I can make the same thing from home for a lot less money. But again, talk to your vet. But basically, price differences. So we'll put it here. So farmer's dog compared to dry dog or dry kibble, the high-end dry kibble, it will be less if you're not getting as expensive dry kibble, but it's $916. Woohoo! All right, and then that's a huge difference, and that could be a vacation for you. So basically, however you feed your dog, it's up to you. It's your choice, but this is just kind of the three different things I've tried. Farmer's dog, which is all that type of new thing going on. There's Ollie, there's probably other ones, food delivered right to your door. There's dry kibble, of course, high-end dry kibble, and then making your own food for your dog. All different costs. Right now on our journey, I'm making the food. The only bad thing to the farmer's dog and to making your food is you have to keep it frozen or refrigerated. Dry kibble is so much easier. You can just go and you don't have to deal with all this. Like, we're going on a trip, we have to pack our cooler full of his dog food to make sure it stays good while we travel there. So it's just little inconveniences like that, but your dog is gonna be so happy that you're doing it. So definitely make your own choices, and this is just our experience with buying food for this little guy, right? And say hi to them. And it's worth it. Ooh. Say hi. So yeah, like I said, that's just for a small dog, little Chihuahua. So all of these costs are based on a small Chihuahua, which is the smallest dog breed. So he's like 6.5, 7 pounds. So these costs are going to be different for your medium dogs and your large dogs. So it's all based on your individual dog. But this is just this is just our breakdown of everything, right? All right, guys, make sure to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.